6 months.
See that motion right here? Was it a linear motion or a circular motion?
Yes.
It's both.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Now, you see where he's ending with that. Where's he going to go with his next technique? You know, let's say Chinese food. All right, boom. You see there's two separate motions right there. Okay? One and two. And it's all dictated by how you initiate this block. Okay? This actually, while he's stepping, it becomes more of a circular motion, especially if he stops or ends it here. Anytime this hand over rotates, it becomes a circle, right? And where does that have to go from there? Because then it has to reinitiate the energy, flip back out, right? So, where to go a linear flow. Now, you see how he's still coming here? He's creating that circle here. So the trajectory goes. I'm here now. I'm punching Mr. White over here. Okay? So what that allows for now is the movement comes straight into the technique. Right? So my block, instead of coming here and circling this way and then creating that motion, we're going to shoot it off into the same path. Now I got my arm. You can see it's fairly effective, especially when we're striking. But if I'm here and I come back through with that whipping motion or the cutting motion, it becomes a lot more strong, or a lot stronger.
More stronger.
Stronger grade.
More strongerest.
Right? And again, I shut that down. Okay, I'm shooting this. I'm not just trying to destroy it like sticking it several times I try and do, but I'm shooting it and I'm setting it or shutting it down into my technique. So the technique is now one motion. All right. Make sense? So from here, the idea is I'm just going to start from here and just barely tap and let that work. Yeah, may want to put your hand up. But all we're going to do is just shoot that until we feel this motion, and then shoot that into our opponent. Start working that, just that quick twitch. If you rotate here, you'll find you're going to have to restart your energy instead of just shooting this out. Okay? So let's practice that part.
Sir, thank you.
I'll be around, guys. Find your partner and beat on it.
And as I hit, there you go, clear. Then I'm still facing this way. Okay.
Get all you can.
So now, we're right here. We're here, there, right. My turn to hit.
Right? He said, think of this, instead of rebounding here and deflecting off of this, so side brain said, instead of starting at top of the train, right? Then I have to restart my energy. So this this idea, when I come through, I just let this deflect, let this circle cut through, and then come back. So I use it as a here. You see what I'm saying? So the energy never stops and restarts. It continues on. And because I'm cutting across my center line, that natural movement is going to turn. So instead of trying to turn it, because of this angle, so that's what he's doing. He's deflecting into it.
So you're expanding from that.
Okay. Yeah, I did. Right.
So that's the same idea.
Cross the center line. I cross my center line. That's what he's doing.
So it eliminates the whole, rotate, go back, this. Taking time down. Yeah. Stop the less moves, more obvious. That's awesome.
Is that right? You're just going to win. Like much slide. Watch his helix with his arm. He does his circle. There's starting and stopping.
That's good.
His energy is stopping his movements once he's cut off through me there. Which right there, that's what I like this idea. Because for me, I felt that. Yeah, no, perfect. That's exactly perfect. This is exactly what it is. So, yeah, come in. This idea. You okay? Yeah. So, let her try. She already played. Oh, that was perfect. His head, just there. That's what you're looking for. There was no starting and stopping. His whole body. If you deliver that in there with that energy and pull through that, you'll watch his eyes roll. Because it took less much. So, his eyes just go. Think about that. I'm trying to study the meridians.
Better. Oh, that was good. You know why? You were relaxed. You had no tension in that. That was good. All right, what is your mind? Target. Always trying to hit. Oh, you're good. No, that's fine. I get hit. My fault.
So I got that a couple years ago.
Hey guys, real quick. I just got hit really hard, so I can't remember his name. Henry. Henry asked me one time when I was in Springfield. He asked me, "Why do you use both hands?" All right. Dave's got this pretty good. Let's do the expanding the one chop. Yes. Do it one more time. And put your left arm behind your back. You see the difference in that. Okay. Whenever you start putting both hands into it, the muscles and the skeletal structures support each other. Where if I don't have that,
You stay centered, you stay centered a little bit better when you use both arms.
Right. Yes, sir. So that's why when you see me, I'm expanding. I expand with both arms. So the same thing when I contract, I try and bring both arms in to increase that power. That makes sense?
It's actually stretching him out.
Yes. Yes, very much going to stretch him out as well.
Even if it's just energy. Even if it's just energy and not a physical grip, there's a.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, you sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, we're going to do the other side.
See how he
okay?
let me hit him, but then he hits you when he needs to. He knows. He likes me best.
Yeah, he just knocked me out just a second ago. But
Did?
You did. All right, we're here.
Okay.
That was
But
payback?
it's going to be the same thing. Okay, if I'm here and I come up, there's a lot of strength in that, but that invites.
Yeah, when you would guess, because if I just hit you, boom,
Yes.
you're turning me.
Yeah.
I may not be intentionally trying to hit you.
Yes. Okay, so that contraction or the expansion here can actually be used against me. So I either have to have a secondary strike or first, or I can come in, same thing, and come through.
Yeah, you did.
You can see how the energy is the same, okay? I'm not going to shoot this block here and down. So it's here. My body is square. I shoot this forward. I'm using almost my strike to block. And using my hips to pull. Okay? Same thing, just the opposite side. That make sense? So now we're contracting with this block where we were expanding with this one.
Oh, say that again. Okay, so when I'm punching,
Bringing this
okay,
inside.
so when you cut there, the contraction is that motion, your inside cutting motion. Okay. I'm with you.
That makes sense, guys? So we're taking two parts of the same technique and combining them into one motion, one fluid motion. All right? That's my idea.
Chinese, Japanese.
Chinese and Japanese sword. That's exactly right. But Chinese sword has this movement, right? With a blocking motion.
Japanese, yeah.
Japanese sword?
Yeah.
All right.
Start, stop.
30 years I still can't get those. But it starts and then starts again. Okay, or stops and starts again. And I'm just trying to bring a different idea to it, different approach. Okay, let's practice that with your partners. Just going to put your arm out. He's going to shoot that block. Yes, very good. That was
You know
awesome.
that's happening.
That was awesome.
You know
Don't
that's
let me fall.
Yeah.
And just shoot it.
Oh, sorry, dude, I got you good with that one. You okay?
That's the idea. And it's
You
really
still
good.
talk, so did you die?
I think for a second. All right, let's practice that, guys.
So the other thing I noticed is, just watching your mechanics, is you're staying centered. Your hands are centered, dead center of your body, which is pretty amazing, because if you're out here, you're a TK, none of it is gonna work.
It looks like he's doing it.
Yeah, you gotta stay centered. And that allows for whatever movement you wanna make, quick, rapid.
And he's been working it. No,
I never really thought of it that way because I've not seen myself.
Yeah, I just watched your mechanics move.
so he's on that.
So you're staying centered.
See, I always tell these guys,
Yeah.
my power comes from my skill.
Yeah, I do like that as
Yeah.
well. See, I see you being centered is because of it. Even when you go to block,
Yeah, it's doing that.
staying centered, even if it's blocked. So that's, yeah, I could see that in you immediately.
Now, let's
I'm still gonna practice the technique myself because they're not as nice as you.
Yep, just like the movies.
don't make it one, don't make it so 1-2. Do exactly what you were doing. So when you shoot in,
Tense.
take that play.
But it wasn't called business.
Just have that nerve strike with it, double increase. It's all very increasing the speed.
Neutralizing his strike.
Yeah, so when you step in with your left,
Yeah.
coming in with your left, and I strike through. It doesn't take much crosshair, just because if anything else, it's still, this tap is still gonna be boom. Do you feel that one? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was an awesome energy exchange just now between us when I did that. That was really cool. I don't doubt it, because that was like lightning. Yeah, so when I'm stacking nerve strikes with that and coming in there, yeah, so that's how it is.
Yeah.
Not that you need to, because you're already killing me, right? Just taking on what we were talking earlier. Yeah, so think if we do delayed sword, we'll just, the American style has a delayed sword instruction. That same thing, instead of the groin, I'm aiming for the meridian nerve. Because I don't have to hit them hard before it works, because your body goes boom, and then it's like, it shoots up here. So when I hit here, it goes this way, and there's an electrical, we're talking about, Vance was talking about. If I hit here, then the energy goes here. But if I ground and hit here, it goes this way. So when you're stepping forward, and I go boom, that's an energy strike that's sending electricity up at the same time. And I hit that. Yeah. Right. That's on the. You're following that meridian, and it's coming like that. Right there.
I got a question for you.
I don't even try on that when I was talking. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're well.
Linear. Flash. Make it all in motion.
What is it you do? I know you do.
Better. Yes, I like how you use that. Remember, you gotta neutralize. Almost got it. You gotta aim. As long as you aim
So it's hard to bring that in, but he's got a lot of principles in the 4-hour work week. He talks about being intentional about setting when I'm gonna check my book. My phone, being a business owner, blows up all the time. I just tell people, I check my voicemail 8, 12, and 5, or whatever, because
You gotta stop. I'm getting you, so anyway, you're getting here.
This thing, you know,
right, mine is too.
You've got to do it. Give me a hook.
you're accelerating this while you're accelerating this.
Try to hit, give me a hook.
Concept is different.
Give me a hook.
Yeah, I looked at quite a bit. You're gonna block right on the nerve. Drop into it.
It's practice.
No, it's gone.
I don't know, if I had worked all the time.
All right, any question about that, guys?
Really?
Which I don't know if we need is into that, but like when I do it, I'm feeling more of a break. And I mean, there can be some pain involved, but you're getting more of a strike. So what's the difference? So I'm coming in.
Now, right there, as you start to rotate, or it starts to rotate.
One of the first things you look at when
Rotate around.
someone's
I rotate the elbow, wrist. Some feet. Maybe this way. It just, it almost seems like you're getting more of like, it almost seems like the power you're generating is as if you've done this, and you're going bam. And I'm not seeing that from what I'm doing, so there's something different.
stepped up, reach better.
Now, right here, as you're extending, extend here. Now, that extension. Now, right here, the hip torque should be.
The idea was, the first idea,
There you go.
get that damn hand out of the way.
Now, the only thing that, see with this,
It's gonna hit you.
okay, when I hit here, my energy comes from, boom.
So you're whipping it back.
Yeah,
as well.
he explodes with the hip, I can see it.
Yes, so when I'm hit,
So it's timing. Okay.
yes, I'm pushing,
What does that do? I'm just asking, what does that do in terms of your ability to stay fluid when you're, just
oh, yeah.
exploding into this and, will that allow you to,
It actually do it better. Because honestly, this is a setup, so when I hit my toe.
That wasn't me, I was
I'm having
there.
some, I'm actually having some problem with it, so it hurts a little bit. When I hit here, I can come back and use that energy, that reverse. We were just working on this earlier. Well, we'll continue to work on it. All right, we all know knee lift, or who all here knows knee lift? All right, the idea, I'm gonna put you on the spot, because I love your stuff. Let me see your knee lift, and then,
Like, used to be there?
yeah, or, let's see if we can grab you.
So the strike's in, knee, and then kick as you palm it.
That's it. That's it. The same, our knee lift's the same. So, the idea is, with the way I teach knee lift, you got to think of the orbits, our orbits. When I go to grab him, he strikes to create the distance. Now, as it creates distance, how do you create the torque right here? I'm laying on top of you. How do you get torque into your strikes? How do you make it the most effective? That's
With the kick or the palm?
with both. That's where I try and look at things. If I'm tight right here, how do you get more torque? How do you see? Maybe.
But
Alright.
what you were talking earlier makes a lot more sense with this, where I'm going.
Yes. And you see how this little bitty step right here makes all the difference.
Yeah, that-
Aikido is, we use that all the
There
time.
you go, right there.
That little step, boom. There's my torque for my.
You want to show that?
All right. When I'm here, if if I need extra torque, even if he's right here, I want my body to start to rotate, right? As it rotates, I bring my left foot up, and just boom, boom. There's my reverse torque. Yes, it's all in my hips, boom. And I hit hard from that, okay? Even down here, but I'm centered. I'm not jumping up, I'm not standing up. I set my weight, and then it's right there, okay? So if we practice that, let's go ahead and do it all in line here. But as we're here, we shoot our thumb knuckles, however you want to do it. I drive down, but from there, my energy comes up. Okay? Now, if you're jumping, you'll hear yourself pop. Right? You just bring my foot up. My knee up. Getting that reverse, now you can feel that, you can start driving your hip in with it instead of just picking your knee up. Yes, that's it.
He was doing this earlier. One of the things that felt different than straight on was this, when this torque here was so much different than when I had practiced this.
Push the hand back to give you some room to strike.
Yeah.
That sets you up for, like you were saying, more power for the strikes as well. Boom,
Yeah.
right here. Now you kick, and boom, there it is. Yes. So that was, I'm sorry, that was a little tangent. I told you I'm thinking about a lot of different things here. But it's the same thing with like a bear hug, you know, where he comes up and he's pinning my arm. We all know this. Need somebody a little bit bigger, longer. Oh, sorry, not bigger.
Here, hang on. Thought you'd be bigger.
Okay. Now, we're here, but as I drop, you start to see how this works. Okay? Where if I'm trying to step out, we all know that's next to impossible. I set my center, but as I set my center, I bring my hands to my hip. That's the creation of that torque in a very short distance.
Yeah, good job.
Okay. And it comes from being centered before you started technique. So let's try that, guys. Let me see. He grabs from behind really strong, even if this even starts to break the grip. All right. All I'm doing is simply, he's really getting it now. All right. Bring my hands up and a set. You feel that? Boom. Set now. Boom.
So do that again with that little shuffle chicken kick step thing that you're doing there. I don't know what to call it,
But it's just a quarter beat timing is what it was called to me.
but that. Okay.
That's all.
So in that case, when you're doing that for here, that's just giving you that time, that explosion for stepping out.
It's bringing you centered. I'm not bringing it up and down. I'm bringing it to my center line. And once I bring it to my center line, now he's got to adjust. If he doesn't adjust, then I can do the technique.
Gotcha.
All right?
Okay.
But if he adjusts with me, yes, that's it. So if I'm already down low, I'm going to bring that to my center line so I can move.
It's almost like a replacement.
That
Almost, yeah.
can be quarter beat, or what some people call stir step. But if you'll watch his body, same thing what you were talking about a while ago,
Yes.
your whole body, his whole body does it.
Yes.
It contracts, and that's where he gets on it.
Yeah, the other positive side effect to this is when you bring him in the center and you're lifting this leg up, if he pushes you wherever it is, whether a little or a lot, you get to adjust really easy.
Yes, sir.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's pretty damn good. You can break his balance the way he wants his balance to be broken. That's
Yes,
pretty
sir.
damn
That's
cool.
Aikido for you, yeah.
Yeah.
That is. So we're going to practice that just for a second. I don't want to stay on it too long. But this little step, notice my feet where they're at. I bring it to my center line. Now you see what happened. Now where my center line used to be is where his is at. That allows for the strikes, right? So just like here, how do we strike? How do you hit me with an elbow from here? You know, hit hard, hard. I know you can. But the idea is, how do you create the energy?
Yeah,
to
both of
hit?
them are gonna wanna reach out.
Okay. All right, now you see how something has to move, right?
Right.
All right, we know that. But I'm gonna try and change your thinking about it.
Okay.
You see how he stepped, now stay there and hit me hard. You see? Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah,
it's very difficult. All right, are you right-handed?
yes.
Okay, I should have done
That's
the
all
right
right.
side. But hit with power without moving.
Without
your
moving at
hips.
all?
Yeah. Well, you can move, but you can't step without stepping.
You almost have to load it up.
Yeah, I mean, so you're talking about coming out or just trying to go from this position?
No, you can come from here or you can go out.
Okay.
Good power, good power. You see how hard that is, right? The idea is, I'm already spring-loaded, so if I'm off center, how do you create that torque? You know, the energy is that, what we're feeling right here, all right? When I throw this, you can feel that energy here. You want to put that into me.
Yeah, so even if you don't lift your foot, you can just lift the heel a little bit.
Yes.
So you can almost just,
Yeah. See the difference? That's awesome.
okay, yeah.
All right, that's the thinking. How do you still hit somebody hard if you can't move? Okay, and that's it. That one's effective too. So the idea is, I'm here. Give it your partners. Let's work this. Okay, let's work this, and let them hit you a little bit so they can start to feel how to drive. Go ahead and hit me with an elbow.
Without moving?
Yeah, with as little movement as possible. Good impact. I want you to hit me hard. Good impact. Yeah, there you go. Now you start to feel that. Now, bring this energy to your hip, not outward. All right? Bring it to your hip. When you shoot this one forward, you bring it to the hip. Nope, you brought it out that way. Bring it to your hip. Bring the hand.
Oh, bring the hand.
Yeah. Yes. Now you see where you hit.
Yeah, I'm dropping my body on you, basically.
That energy is now going in one direction.
So it's ready stance.
Here, it's racing.
Instead of throwing it in.
All right? It goes two different directions here. It goes one direction. Yeah. Dragon stick. Yes. All right? All right, practice that, guys, and feel that on your partners.
He uses his entire core, basically, you know.
No,
Yeah, he lifts this and brings this.
so that makes sense, but you can also get it without actually flipping it off the ground.
You could
All you've
probably
got
get
to
it
do
with just,
is just,
Break that foot.
yeah, settle.
that front,
Yeah.
Because that's what's holding you back. So when you loosen that up, when you let it give, then your hip can rotate. I see your point.
It's,
No, step and don't move after that.
Chinese corkscrew.
Step, no, stay there.
You,
Stay there.
so now we're just, instead of all this, we're using all of that going this way.
What happens
Right
here?
on Roger Green.
I don't know if you've noticed, but because of lack of space,
Making you not move.
the impact is really on the body.
So he talked about that?
So,
Yeah. But it's
exactly,
not,
you can't,
it's not that we're
but if
lifting it, it's that we're taking the weight off this leg, which drops this leg, which, look at the hip difference there, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got a baby, right? Hold on.
Well, you're
Yeah,
still
so-
bringing that energy around.
yeah, it is.
the curvature of my arm.
Yeah.
So I have my elbows.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Because then it doesn't have to come out here.
Right.
Because
because you're doing, you know, just like
This, because that's, you know, right out of Roger Green, it's the whole endpoint focus is power's mass times velocity, which is the simplistic version of it. It's the amount of mass that's moving the direction of the velocity. So is it, or
That same
all of
principle
that?
you was using on
So it
that.
doesn't matter how far you go, it doesn't have to be a big boom, because
What do
this
you do?
thing
Just
is
sit around, right? Just still down there?
if everything stops at the same time. But for everything to stop at the same time, everything has to be moving. And that, he said everything, you know, people, when you hear that phrase, you think all the things that were moving stop at the same time. He said, but if everything stops stops, everything is moving. And it doesn't matter how far. It just has to be moving that much before it all stops.
What was the term he called it?
Well, that's endpoint focus or endpoint timing.
Endpoint timing, okay.
Because that will create.
But if you were to do this movement and then the step out, that would be a DAT. And the major minor, or the minor major, but DAT. And so, boom.
But they will.
That's what that, well, that's why a lot of times when we step out in ours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, real quick. Okay, sorry.
You're almost just de-weighting the leg to free the hip, and almost like you're just dropping down on one leg.
You can't, you're basically centering yourself.
You're releasing that
You're releasing the hip.
connection, you're just allowing to turn.
Initially, yes. I mean, we all have to start with these first.
Right.
Right? Before we start to understand punching. I don't have to do any of that.
Right.
All right? Once you start to feel it,
Right there.
It's just perfect solar plex level with him.
Get down that drawing.
Been there, done that too.
so
Again, we go back to SENSEI kata.
Well, one of the things that we talked about.
and that's the idea. We go through these movements, even in our kata.
You step
And we
back.
feel it, but do we use it when we're actually doing our self-defense? All right, one more thing, guys. We're here. Can I borrow your inside of your leg? You beat on mine all day. All right, we're here. I'm gonna make contact with just his leg, okay? But how do I do it with power? You know, if he's holding me, how do I do it with power? Right? Boom, I reverse torque. Boom, the energy. And we see it a lot in our punches. We see it more on a horizontal plane, but we want to start to see it on a vertical plane. That's where it looks like we're not really doing anything, but we actually are, okay? My energy shoots. I'm just going to use it just to strike the leg. All right, from here, yes. I'm just going to look to rotate. Even if I don't rotate, I'm going to rotate. He's not been beat on the inside of his leg yet. All right, when I'm here, you can feel there's a lot of power from here to here. If I just bring it to me, all right, a lot of that contraction. Yes, so our dance of death, all right, where we're here, he punches, boom, that now becomes devastating. All right, it's not just me changing his mind, it's me destroying something. Make sense? All right, so just with your partners, lightly, just get with them and put whatever leg forward you want, however you want. Just strike to the inside of the leg and see how you can make it effective. Now, you see, if he rotates and he hits, you see where his center line is?
One out there, yeah.
All right, we've got to bring our center, our energy into our center. All right? Now, what happened there was he had a good impact. He just missed his target. If it had been here, it would have been a lot more effective. All right? All right, there you go. Just work on just that quick little, and we can do it here if you want. You can strike, palm heel, whatever. But the idea is just that quick energy from here to here. All right? So, all right, practice that, guys. I'll let you. Wherever. No. According to what we were just going over.
So we're talking, so you want lead forward? Yeah. Four back. Okay. Do you like coming up? Drop it down. So just kind of going.
Yes. That's the whole idea. And the idea is instead of coming here and trying to push you back, bring that in vertical plane. The same thing. If I come up, so
Yeah, spread it out.
bam, just right there.
Is it straight or circular?
Yes.
No. Circular with the hips or circular with the hand? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because, see, you hit me with this, and you come just like that.
It's beginning as a circle and ending as a straight line. Think of something spinning really fast and something flying off of it.
Okay.
And your strike is flying off the end of the circle.
'Cause you've done this to me, just like that.
But there's two different ways. I can shoot, the energy is not expanding. Right? I'm contracting this strike. It's coming up and in. Right? So I'm bringing it to my center. I'm not expanding it out. If I shoot it out, then the energy just stops. That makes sense?
Do that last motion again. Shooting it.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
You're
That's what
splitting
I'm
your
getting
energy
at.
there. Right.
that's exactly right.
You're splitting your energy there. So you know the math on that? We'll have to have a discussion about that then.
The math.
So you generate power from the center, right? And the longer your arm of momentum is, the faster it's moving.
Yes.
So that is moving a whole lot faster. If I generate the same amount of power with my hip and I shorten my radius, this speeds up.
So
So
ultimately, that's
you're on the merry-go-round as a little kid, and you all jump on it, and you're all leaning back, and then somebody pulls themselves towards the merry-go-round, and everybody else flies off because the merry-go-round sped up. The amount of power being generated stays the same, but as the radius shortens, the center speeds up. So you start a circle here, and then you compress your circle, which means that your center speeds up. You're not increasing your power through the generation. You're generating the same power the whole time. You're increasing the speed of your center, so when you make contact on a shortened radius,
It's the same as the long way.
that's the compression. Right. Yeah, but it also works on the spread, because if you're generating the same power, this beat moves faster. If this pulls in, this moves faster. That's the math. It's the conservation of rotation and momentum.
That's awesome.
I was using Tesla.
Yeah.
I'm the center,
All right, guys.
and everything else.
Any other questions?
Right. But you know when you're a kid and you're on that thing and
Yeah.
somebody pulls in, everybody else gets whipped off because he's the one who
Okay.
moved.
Again, with this little step. Yeah, he's going to step punch. Yeah, hard punch. Yes. You can tell he loves me because he all right. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's exactly what I want. Now, we're here. Now notice, I did the same thing. I just instead of, let me do it to this. Sorry. I'm coming out the same way. Boom. One more time.
Timing.
Got me. I'm coming outside, okay? The same principle, the same idea. If I want to come inside or out, that's the same principle. Same, you were calling it, where, I forget what you were saying, it wasn't sparring. But it's the same principle that we use in some of our sparring techniques. I want to center myself before I move. We do so much that we step here, but we're not centered. We don't center until we hit. How many of us have taught the inward block? You settle right there. Why do you settle right there? Why not be settled when you hit? You know, you're already settled. You should be centered and hit there into your techniques. I say should, but that's just my thinking. It's not me telling anybody they should do something different.
It's and also, not an either.
And also, yes, okay? So does that make sense, guys? So if I'm throwing, if he's gonna throw an inward block a hook punch, you see how he stepped in center. The bigger guy is going to win. The one who's strongest is going to win in that fact. Yes. He won that one.
Oh, I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. So, I thought you wanted me to stay centered. So that's what I was thinking. I'm crossing your center line, but my energy's hitting your center. That's where my brain was.
That's awesome.
This is
That's the whole.
crossing your center line, but my energy was your center line that entire way. That's what I was thinking. I don't know what you were trying to do.
No, that was it. That's it.
Tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it.
I just wanted the inward block.
So,
He's going to throw the inward block. Ooh. Right, now you see that? Even that right there. I'm not saying he's doing anything wrong, but I want you to start to see the energy that he's projecting. Yeah, and it's all rotational here. Now, if he shot it from his hips, you see a lot of Ishinru style. That's now if he shoots that, center yourself, or center, and he steps with center, you see how much more rigid he becomes. all right? Because he's already centered. He's not trying to wait until impact to settle something. That's what step and punch. No, step and punch hard. Left step forward, however you want to do it. All right, now you see that. Now step with center and punch. You see the difference in the impact. All right, how do we really understand that? We understand the energy that if I step here, that energy now going in several different directions. Or if I step forward, now the energy is coming in one direction, coming a lot more powerful. That make sense? All right, so the idea is, let's stand here. We're gonna make a little more impact, guys. I know I teach a lot on impact, but if you don't feel it, you don't understand it. I don't care what they say. If you don't feel it, you really don't understand it. But from here, he's gonna put his right hand, right side forward. He's gonna hit, strike. Yep, straight, yep, vertical punch. Again, and you see how the rotation's right here. Study his body, study his movement. And you see how his energy is settling. We teach that all the time.
Are you hitting or am I hitting?
Go ahead. Yeah. All right, now, as hard as you can.
No, because if I do it as hard as I can, then my brain says try harder. So I can't do it as hard as I can.
You're right. You're right. I did a little trick there.
Yeah.
Now, and this is a tribute to you because this is where I come up with it. You see how body's trying to rotate. Okay, let me okay, I'm gonna shoot. The energy comes up. Yes. All right. Now I'm not trying to force my shoulder into it. I'm just locking or straightening my elbow from here. That's my focus. All right. So when I bring that here and I punch, it's my arm locking out. It's not my body or my rotational torque here. That right there is enough to light you up. Okay? Try
Also,
that.
because his weight is down, he's naturally falling, his legs are holding him up. So when you do that, you're fighting his downward energy with your extension upward. Yeah.
That's a good point too. Very good.
So yeah, that angle change makes sense when I come up here.
See the difference in your striking.
Yeah.
Okay? Just that much information changes things. Okay? So when I'm here and I'm striking, you see that energy and power coming forward in one direction rather than trying to do this. We have to start there, so I'm not saying anything bad about that style or anything like that. It has to start there before you start to understand. Okay, because if you don't have the long or the big circles, when you get there, you're gonna get dizzy in the middle when you start to understand the small circles.
There's not right and wrong, but only truth.
That's very true. Very true. Okay, so we're gonna stand here with each other, right side forward, just a little impact to the stomach, all right, and strike. All right, just bringing the elbow up, not yes, okay? All right, practice that, guys.
It's hard when you're this idea. I'm going to tag you. It's one thing.
Yeah. Definitely felt that. So obviously you have.
This idea.
I want to learn.
Oh,
That was good.
because I think I seen you. So.
Show me the mechanics of it. Once I figure what the mechanics.
Okay. Because you're still this. You're expanding, but this it's expanding here, and it's this expansion. This one, as opposed to me just thinking strike. Even if you strike spine, kidneys, that. This.
Yeah, you
What am I missing?
break
Because
that
up here it makes sense,
forward.
but doing it like you're doing it right here, my brain has my brain has went for this down, but you're coming up, and I can't make it work.
Closest distance between me and you and my arm. Yeah. Right? So I want to bring this and occupy the space as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and you
this is in the way of where you're striking. I'm aiming here, well, going through this to come upper spine. So what you're saying is, when I do this, just straight forward. That's all it is. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So you start from neutral. And when you're projecting your punch, you're removing all the obstacles, one being your leg. You just sit tight. Did I get it? That's interesting.
Same thing we were talking about. Allowing your opponent to close your fist, make the contact, leave the energy, and relax. You really get weight on this.
Everything out.
Roger Lee's short punch, yeah. He just starts. Yeah, he just starts right there. Boy, I was holding that the double phone books for him. Boy, I felt that come right through. I'm just amazed.
That's a matter of where you want to move that energy, where you want to leave it.
Yeah, you just break that knee so you can allow that body weight to come forward.
See, Roger Reed.
Yeah, you break the forward leg. Like, yeah. Ah, I got it.
So I'm just breaking, if I'm over here, I do this punch.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, just working with Henry on this, you know, so as he comes through, you know, he drops it. You know, so, yeah, it's a bow stance, basically. You go from a forward stance over there to a bow stance to accommodate this throw. Because you're bracing yourself this way, you know, and you're allowing your power to flow that way.
It's a little better, but now
Oh, you don't need that much. So you create space. Okay. Yeah.
I like it.
it was like, you feel it.
Yeah, plus you're stealing the base. This is just like, you know, when you're coming down, you know, you're, you know, lifting the knee, you know, right above it. That's what you're doing to him. But it's that you're moving his leg as well. Take his base.
Great, because I can't stop him either. You doing, bro?
Yeah.
All right, guys, anybody have any questions about time?
How you feel it?
Just in the class. Anybody have any questions, comments, or anything like that?
When are you gonna learn to hit hard?
Tomorrow.
He's got the technique down, he's gonna demonstrate it next.
All right, guys,
You gonna help him?
thank you for that analogy, because that puts it in a lot more visual content for me. I really appreciate everybody here, guys. I know we do have impact, and not all of us like that, but it's necessary in my mind, okay? And we were talking about this earlier. It's a lot easier to have that skill and bring it down than it is in the heat of the battle to try and build that skill. You know, I'm going easy because I don't want to hurt somebody. That's a bunch of BS. And, you know, only if you can hurt somebody, then you can go easy. You know, it doesn't work the other way around. It's a false psychology. But if we don't have any questions, comments, or anything like that, or go ahead and call it a day.